yes, Chris Dobrowolski is back with us. He is the chef for and owner of Schoolhouse restaurant in Sedona and some others too, Chris.
Yes, we do. We also have Zany's frozen yogurt, and we also have Firehouse Donuts that it's also located in Cottonwood, Arizona.
Nice, and we've been begging him to come to the Prescott area, but so far, no dice, okay?
We're waiting for the right opportunity, that's for sure.
Right. So this is how we get you over here. We get you over here to cook for us because your food is so amazing. I mean, you have some secrets about your food, like local. It's local ingredients.
You keep everything as local as possible. Right now there's a coalition getting together in Sedona in the northern Arizona area to where we can actually use products from the farmers within our community. Currently, with health standards, you're not allowed to go out to the farmer's market and buy food and bring it into your restaurant. So Chef Ron from Sedona Rouge Restaurant in Sedona, myself and a couple others have gotten together, and we're getting together with the Yavapai County and Coconino County to try to open that up so we can actually use our local farmers. If you're not growing it yourself, you can't really use it unless it comes from a big purveyor. So we're trying to get through that mess right now.
Good,
so,
good, because I know it's a real important trend that's happening for sure.
It's definitely a trend, and I think it's going to stay around for a long time. Yeah. People want to know where their food's coming from. They want to know the farmer. They want to go to the farmer's market, and they want to do those types of things.
Right. Well, speaking of, it's smelling really good already. What are you building for us today?
Today we're doing a pan-seared diver scallop with a little bit of our white cheddar grits that we use in-house, little carrot chardonnay sauce. It also has a little bit of fresh local apples as well. Nice kale and spinach salad on top.
Beautiful. So, the ingredients look so good. Again, these scallops, look how big and meaty and yummy these are.
These are actually small ones compared, you know, where they're getting ready to switch seasons and getting ready to switch who we're getting them from. But these are a nice U10 dry pack diver scallops, which you can get at a lot of the grocery stores nowadays.
What's the secret about cooking scallops? You know, some seafood you barely do, and some you cook a lot. And
hot at pan as you can get, very, very quickly. They're very delicate, but you want to get that nice hard sear. Normally we don't cook in a frying pan. We cook on a large skillet, a griddle of sorts that you would cook pancakes and eggs on for breakfast places. Sure. Because the heat, that level doesn't drop when you put something cold on it. So if you're doing it at home, go to Walmart or something and buy a $50 griddle, pancake griddle, one that gets the highest, crank it all the way up and go for it.
Those little the steel ones, the iron skillets,
they look like a pancake griddle, you know. Those are absolutely the best ones to use for this because they get up to about 550 degrees and they're a little bit thicker, so when you put a cold item on it, the pan doesn't drop down, and that's usually where you can lose some of that sear. And it doesn't
just like when you put water in, cold water in boiling water, you lose your boil right off.
You lose the heat from the pan, and there goes your sear goes out the window.
Well, while those are cooking, tell us about this apple.
Yeah, it's a carrot chardonnay sauce.
Carrot.
We basically steam carrots with chardonnay wine, and we reduce it down. We finish it out with a little bit of heavy cream, apple sauce, and some simple salt and pepper, really, to make it.
How do you come up with these things, Chris? Because the originality is so amazing in terms of, you know, I would never, now I'm not the world's greatest cook, all right? But I would never think to buying carrot and apple and chardonnay and, you know, things.
Well, some of the times you have to look at food backwards. You know, for a restaurant, what do you eat with first? You eat with your eye. So what do you want to see on your white plate? You want to see a bright orange
color.
Sauce. Color. You eat with your eyes, so you absolutely need to start backwards sometimes. You know scallops are going to be good. You know everything else is going to be
This is like decorating your living room too, Chris.
Yeah, you start backwards.
Yeah, get the color and work.
You don't buy the TV first. You buy everything else first. And you kind of find
your color scheme and then check the couch out.
And that's the best way to really do it. And, it works out pretty well most of the time.
Now you put also coarse salt and stuff on that, or regular salt and pepper?
We use actually just a regular coarse kosher salt, and
I think you get more of the flavor, do you, when it's coarse?
I do, and I don't like that extra iodine flavor. It makes it taste a little too bloody. You know, with that iodine meat flavor. And if you're using fish and things like that, you don't want the extra iodine. Shrimp has already has a ton of iodine, so you really want something that's going to be a little bit more mild. And really, you don't want it chemically processed. You want it as raw as you possibly can. So.
And so your coarser salt is that then?
Coarser salt, kosher salt. You're not going to have to worry about all the extra chemical treating and such. So makes life a little bit better for your stomach and for your long-term well-being.
So you know all this kind of stuff. And that's a great thing about the food that you cook, Chris, at your restaurants, is that you know, you go down to the basics and you think about every ingredient.
Absolutely. The simpler, the better, really. You use the best ingredients you can find.
The least processed.
The least processed, the most local, and you go that way.
Yeah.
You know? And it's we like to know our farmers.
I like that. Okay, now this is something we talked about last time too. Is grits. Now normally you think of this in the South.
Right.
But you guys deal a lot with this, and I mean, I was a little hesitant last time, like grits, really, because I had them in Mississippi, and I didn't think they were all that great. Your grits are amazing. Tell us about those.
Well, the grits are real simple. It's a white corn grit instead of a yellow corn grit. We use fire roasted poblanos. We use shallots. We use lots of cream, mozzarella, white cheddar cheese from Wisconsin. So we try to get the best out of it. And you know, most chefs will tell you, oh, it's there for all this extra. Well, really, it's there for a really great filler to build your plate around.
And it looks like mashed potatoes.
It does.
Wow. I know, it's amazing. Well, we have about a minute,
okay,
so
I
know
complete
you're
one
gonna
real quick.
Put this together.
Yeah, it'll go real fast. So, or at least we'll try to go fast.
And so you obviously you can cook your grits ahead a bit.
Yeah, we do. We start our grits, and we don't hold them hot like some restaurants would. We actually do it.
So they're sort of
to
just
order.
warm, or
yeah, they're warm.
Okay.
You don't want them burning hot. We just kind of do them warm.
Oh, and there's your beautiful accent, that gorgeous
that
carrot Chardonnay
color.
Mix.
Yes. And this is one of those problems we run into with a regular pan opposed to a skillet, where you're not going to lose that heat structure.
Well, and obviously, so when we get them at Schoolhouse, these are going to be really crisped up. I mean, yes, our little induction stove functions a little differently, but
it does function, but it's a good stove, though.
With shallots, you want to, they're still going to be like tender inside.
Yeah, we usually cook them completely out to where there's not really anything, you know, but the flavor left, because you don't want it to be like a raw onion of sorts. You don't want those types of things.
Now you're repeating your carrot in the greens, the leafy greens.
Always, because once again it adds color. It helps break up the purple kale and the organic spinach as well. And this is one of our dressings that we use on a salad of ours called the Thai salad.
So it's almost like a vinaigrette with...
It is. It's got about 25 different ingredients in it, but it is a non-GMO, and it's gluten-free and all that other good stuff, which is a huge concern for most people nowadays, which I understand with the gluten-free, with our daughter being celiac. So.
And so you do a lot of gluten-free cooking, actually.
95% of our menu is actually completely gluten-free.
Wow.
And it does not change the flavor. Some people think that it changes the flavor, and it really doesn't. Gluten is just a binding agent. So.
Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Chris Dobrowolski with the Schoolhouse Restaurants and others in the Verde Valley Restaurants. Thanks so much for joining us again.
I appreciate
Beautiful. It smells delicious. Can't wait to taste that. Don't go away. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, more Morning Scramble.